What's up, everybody, and welcome to this episode of ToneSettersTV. Stay tuned with me, Christopher, not Chris, as we literally get into somebody's business. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Christopher, not Chris, here for another episode of ToneSettersTV. I want to thank you guys for joining us, and today we have the honor of having Miss Kat Morales with us. How you doing today, Kat?
I'm doing good, thank you.
That's good. We'll let Kat tell us a little bit about what she does, and let's get everything going. So Kat, I told you before, ToneSettersTV is here. Our presence is really just to establish, entrepreneurs and let them tell their story of why they're here and what they're doing, and what type of challenges and accomplishments they may have had along the way.
Absolutely.
So, tell us a little bit about what you do.
First off, I want to thank Chris. It's an honor that you want to interview me as a woman entrepreneur. So I'm currently a makeup artist. I've been doing makeup for over close to 15 years now. I'm self-taught. I'm a self-taught makeup artist. Nowadays, you have a lot of YouTube and a lot of Instagram makeup artists. One thing is that you do not have to be certified in the state of Texas to be a makeup artist. I started when I was a little girl, and I loved makeup then. And it was kind of one of those things where I was watching my mom do makeup and, just kind of watching her and just getting engulfed into it. And I'll never forget, I was about 12 years old and I was in Barnes & Nobles with my mom. I remember it was Kevin Aquan, this makeup artist that was just phenomenal. And he had this book called Changing Faces. At 12 years old, the book is like $24, $25. And it's strictly just the art of his makeup craft and how he can just take one dynamic and just completely change it. So before we had like contour and highlight as big as it is in the makeup industry, he really was like the forefront of that. So I told my mom, I was like, I really want this book. I really want this book. And my mom was like, I don't understand. She ended up buying me the book. And I remember telling her too that years later when I ended up becoming a makeup artist, my parents were kind of like, there's no money in that. And I was like, well, that's okay. I'm gonna still pursue my dream. And my mom had laughed, a few months back, where she was like, how funny that book I bought you would actually become a professional makeup artist. And that book really did. It changed my life. Like, he is phenomenal, and he did pass away several years back, but he was really the forefront of the object is create natural beauty. That makeup, again, that's my motto, is makeup is to enhance, to empower. It's not to define and control. So kind of a little backdrop of where I started. When I chose to step out into makeup before I was on my own, an entrepreneur, my own business, I freelanced for a lot of different brands. And when you're freelancing, you don't really have that creative control. It's there for, to kind of learn your craft if you utilize it that way, or it's a lot of sales and numbers. So it still helped me hone in on my craft till I decided to step out on my own.
Okay, so one thing I noticed that you talked about is like the seeds your parents planted, like your mom planted in buying that book. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't even get it. Why am I buying you this book? But it's crazy that you see, years later, how that seed planted has, developed and flourished into your own career.
Absolutely.
So that's always like a cool thing when you can look back to something that may be something small, but it ended up turning into like the inspiration. So that's pretty cool. One thing I did hear you talk about is how you worked for others until it was time to, step on your own. Was there anything in particular that kind of like triggered you to say, hey, now it's my time to do my own thing?
It's having a really good support of people around me. I'll be honest that I didn't believe in my own craft. I knew that I loved it, but when you're dealing with an age of like YouTube stars and Instagram famous, and at my age, I was like, I should have started like 10 years ago. That can be a little daunting, and it can definitely make you step back and say, I don't think so. I had several girls around me that were like, you need to be in business for yourself, that you're good. And of course, when you have like your friends and family say that you're good, that's different. Yeah. That's like telling your kid, like, you're an awesome basketball player. Knowing good and well, you're like, you're not going anywhere. So that kind of that was probably one of my challenges, I think, at the beginning, was feeling comfortable to say, I'm gonna step out. We also live in a day and age where social media is very in your face. It's everywhere. And there's days where you have to have a tougher skin. And I was afraid of that. Like, I was afraid of stepping out and saying, what if people don't like my work? What if I'm living in this fantasy that I'm good, but I'm really not that good? I've just, my friends and family have told me that I'm good. And I'll never forget, I stepped out on my own and I finally got my first client. And they booked me or whatever, and the makeup itself should have taken about an hour. It took me close to 2. Because I was nervous, I was scared. I didn't, like in freelance world, it's just a matter of like, you kind of do swatches or you swipe a little bit and then that's it. Here's a full on base. And it took me where I just stood back and I said, I need to be practicing every day. And I need to be practicing on my friends and myself where I thought I was, but I really had it. And it's, again, one of those deals where practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the faster that you become, the better that you become. And I can look at pictures when I first started out to like 5 years later, 4 years later, the transition, even to my own makeup. And I got quicker and I got faster. And it became like, okay, yes, I can't do this. And I trusted myself. And again, I had a team behind me of friends and family cheering me on.
Nice. And it was good that you talked about your support system. Man, to me, that's a lot of what helps entrepreneurs succeed is the people around you. Whether it be your significant other or whether it just be family members that are a part of your journey. Especially, starting off at a different time period than you thought you wanted to. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't start off when I was young. Now I'm older. I got responsibilities. I got kids to take care of. I got these things that are in my life.
And you have to balance it.
Yeah, I have to process how this is going to work.
Absolutely.
And support system is always a big thing because they help you to kind of figure out how this is going to work on some of those days when you don't know how you're going to get to this appointment and get to this basketball game or whatever the case may be. So I definitely understand that. So I'm glad you brought that up. Just tell us a little bit about some challenges that you faced in being an entrepreneur or specifically in the makeup world.
So both of those, there are challenges, entrepreneur and being a makeup artist. So part of the challenges as an entrepreneur is marketing yourself. It's really putting yourself out there and creating that time and energy and content to get people to see your craft. At the beginning, I didn't know how to market and I didn't know what that looked like. I ended up learning, okay, I need business cards when I'm out, going to like little mixers and things like that. And then actually creating a makeup page. Back in the day, old school was like a portfolio. Now, utilizing social media, that's your portfolio. Some of those challenges is putting up good content, pictures. There was times where I was putting up pictures and the quality of it just did not do the picture justice. So I had to do my research and figure out, okay, what are other makeup artists using? What apps are they using? What cameras are they using? What can I get out of my iPhone? So that was definitely a challenge, is getting good content and marketing myself. Another challenge in the industry is we live in a day and age too now that there's a lot of makeup artists. How do you set yourself apart? I've stayed true to myself. I try not to follow too many of the trends because I know that trends end up going away or fads. And I feel that makeup is there to empower. So that leads me into accomplishments of, I have been featured in Oprah's magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, as the makeup artist for one of the entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I've been a part of Fashion Week, where the stylist of the year that won, I did her makeup. I have been, I actually just did a fashion show for bodybuilding and meeting incredible people. I have met some amazing and empowered women, and that alone to me is an accomplishment because I get to empower myself by being around such great women and men and understanding that there's so much artistic talent in this city, outside of this city, and that there are so many different people out there that want to support and want to bring you in. And I feel like there's enough out there for everybody to win. So yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you'd say, if there was like a golden gem that you've learned in your experience of working for yourself? Maybe one thing that might have changed your process of thinking or may have helped you elevate your business, just like one golden gem.
That's a good question. So I don't want to call it like a lucky break. I think I'm very fortunate and blessed because I put in a lot of work, but I am where I am now because a really good friend of mine who is a stylist here in San Antonio saw my work on a friend's page, and she reached out to me. I have literally had so many opportunities, and I've learned and I've grown in this industry where I've been a part of Fashion Week. I've been a part of, I've been featured in magazines now, and I couldn't have did that without her vouching for me and trusting my craft. That she said, like, I've been referred to people and they're like, because of her word, we want you. They're like, we don't need to see your work. Her word is that valuable. And I've been a part of her team. I'm still a part of her team. And it's because of her that I was able to, every now and then, you need someone to give you a chance and to trust your craft. And she was that for me. And I'm forever grateful for her because I've learned a lot. And I don't think I would be as far as I was because of her.
Nice. And that's a good thing to point out as well. Of course, you show your appreciation for her specifically, but I think we all, in any success that we've had, have someone that kind of gave us a leg up to an extent. Whether it just been knowledge or whether it been their resources.
Right.
In your case, it was with resources because she straight up told people, hey, this is who you need to go with. And because of her word, you were able to do that. But we all have different avenues or different people or, different things in our life that can give us that leg up.
Absolutely.
And we kind of need that. Everybody needs a little help from the next man to kind of make it to the next level.
Absolutely.
So that's I'm glad that you brought that up.
Okay, guys, so thank you again. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to follow and like any of my stuff, or if you ever want to reach out, you need makeup done, or you know somebody that does, you can follow me on Instagram at cat_MUA_02, or you can follow me on Facebook at Makeup Is My Art. So I hope everybody loves this content, and I hope I get new followers, and yeah.
ToneSetterTV would like to thank Kat Morales of Makeup Is My Art for joining us for this episode today. Anyone in San Antonio or the surrounding areas looking for a makeup artist should contact her as soon as possible. As always, it's your boy Christopher, not Chris, signing out from another episode of ToneSetterTV. Thank you so much for joining us, and you guys be blessed. Peace.
Hey, thank you everybody for joining us for this episode of ToneSettersTV. We hope there is a learning moment in this episode for each and every one of you.
If you are an entrepreneur or are interested in being a part of ToneSetterTV, please email us at tonesetterent@gmail.com. Also, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with our entrepreneurs. And remember, to be a tone setter, you have to figure out a way to set the tone.